Hey team, Katie here from Equestrian Movement, and I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about this training session that we did with Sarah and Gunnar. So this month's training session we're talking about choice, and next month I'm going to be doing an introduction to clicker training, and so we were doing a combination of clicker training and I got a bunch of fun toys to play with the horses. And so you can see how Gunnar really is not stoked about the blue fairy wand. So you can see the level of disconnect. He's looking away, his eyes and his ears are away. He's completely shutting Sarah out and ignoring her. Our fun little telltale story with our geldings as well is the level of how much they're willing to let their doodle out. Gives us an indication of how much relaxation they're showing. So Sarah's like completely lost Gunnar altogether, and this could be seen as like Sarah doing a really good job of desensitizing Gunnar, but really what has happened is he has completely disconnected from the process and tuned her out and just said, okay, I'm just going to let this happen to me and I'm not going to engage in the training at all. So ideally the goal was to use different tools other than a whip to ask Gunnar to pick his feet up, which he does really well, without any tools whatsoever. And so after ignoring Sarah for so long, we decided to just go straight into asking him to pick his leg up. And you can see the little telltale sign of the doodle starting to come out and him showing that relaxation again. He's slightly more engaged and interested, but just that lost a little bit of that connection. It's like, what are you doing to me, weird human? So what I wanted to show with these different tools is that cue training isn't about pressure or force or making them pick their leg up. It is about getting them to understand the process of consequences. The tool is used, they respond, and then positive reinforcement of choice, whether it's whether you're using pats, treats, vocals, whatever it is, then that's what you're going to use to reinforce the behavior. So the horses all really liked this feather cat toy. Sammy the donkey did not like it. He was actually quite scared of it, and he completely lost interest in the whole process when we pulled this out. So it was really fun to just go out and buy a bunch of different tools. Most of them are cat toys. Got the pony and the wands. So anything that kind of was on a bit of a stick that would replicate, a whip, and using that in different training scenarios as the whip would be used as a word, and the word is away from, or for example with the leg is asking them to pick it up. Gunnar is notoriously difficult to pick his legs up because he is a giant draft horse, which you can't force him to do anything he doesn't want to do. So a lot of Gunnar's training has been cue training with treats, and it's done really well. He's really the personality that you would use for doing clicker training with and positive reinforcement training, because it really gets him engaged and on your team. So again, once we've gone to use that to ask him to pick his leg up, we have lost a little of that attention and focus. But that potentially was because of the way that he completely tuned Sarah out with the fairy wand. You can see that there was a lot more willingness to answer the question from the feather duster So this is for the lesson plan this month. We're looking at us offering choice, and so we can offer choice with our anything that we can like have in our imagination. So I know that we've asked about which type of halter to use, a traditional halter, like a just a flat normal halter or a rope halter. So I asked Fiddy which one he preferred, and he preferred the flat halter. You can ask them with the rug, the brushes, whatever you can kind of think about. Any opportunity to give them a choice is a great opportunity to have them have their voice heard, and is empowering to them. We love Gunnar. Best boy. So the really fun thing is that yes, he was more interested and more engaged in the feather duster and completely disconnected and disengaged with the fairy wand. Both him and April were not about the fairy wand and preferred the feather duster, whereas Sammy didn't want to have a bar of a feather duster and preferred the wand. Might actually skip past that. So what we wanted to see was what would he choose between the feather duster and the whip. And he chooses the whip fairly consistently until we want to ask him to do something, which is lift the leg, in which case he preferred us to use the dressage whip. Now, my opinion on this is that for Gunnar, the dressage whip is what made sense, because he knows what the answer to the whip is, and so he can be confident that like in what response he should give to the whip. So that's a good indication that he's not scared of it, and that he's confident in how to answer the ask to it. Just come in a bit closer so we could see him a bit better. So he fairly consistently chose the dressage whip over the short crop. And yes, we can like kind of set ourselves up with a bit of a issue here where we're rewarding him for touching the short crop over the long crop. So he can kind of think that that's where the answer is. So you don't need to use treats to do choice. It's just that we were using treats on this day because we were also doing clicker training. I'm pretty sure they were cued in with the whip. We're going to do the clicker training next month. Whoops. Oh dear, missed it. Oh, I thought we had done the cueing in with the whip. Nope, my bad. So it was just the choice between the, I can never remember what those called. Those little ponies are called. So choosing between the horse or the dressage whip, and then choosing the dressage whip to do the cue to pick the leg up. So I thought we had gone back to choose the feather duster or the dressage whip, but obviously we hadn't, and so that's something for us to do next time. And so the whip is just touching the leg that we ask him to pick up, little pick up for it, and then treat to start cueing in to lift the leg. So this is one way that we would use to deal with the back legs if the horses have problems picking up the back legs or kicking with the back legs, is asking them to pick it up themselves so that they can unlock their stifle and their leg isn't forced up. Most often if there's issues with picking the back legs up, it's because there's some level of pain, either because the stifle locks, or they've got something going on through the pelvis, or they've had their leg forced up and it's hurt. So this is a good way to work with our horses to pick their legs up if they are if they're kicking or not like being particularly helpful with wanting to pick their back legs up safely. Let me know if you have any questions, and if you're doing any fun things with this lesson plan and the choices that you're offering your horses, let us know, because we love to see it. Thanks for watching. Bye.